All right, welcome back, everyone, for the next presentation. My name is Sten Gustafsson. I work as a healthcare analyst at ABG. And I'm happy to present the next speaker, Jesper Söderqvist, CEO of Boule Diagnostics. So we'll start with a presentation, and then we'll round off with a few questions afterwards. So please go ahead, Jesper.
Thank you very much, and very nice to be here again. I was here a year ago, and you could really say there's happened a lot in the world around us, but also at Boule. So I'll try to reflect a bit on that during this presentation. But I will start with a kind of general overview of Boule. So we are a global niche player providing solutions for decentralized hematology, i.e. that's blood diagnostics. We're a quality supplier, both to the human and the veterinary market, where we provide instruments and consumables. But we also have a business where we provide white label consumables to other suppliers. What makes us unique, I think, and attractive is our business model, where we place instruments that use consumables for the lifetime of the instruments, which creates a robust recurring revenue. And if you combine that with our OEM consumables, we have a large portion of recurring revenue. So we have a number of things to expand our business currently. One thing that's new since last year is that we have launched a new veterinary product, which we launched in the end of the second quarter and started shipping in the third quarter. In 2022, we started a partnership with Fuji, where they are selling our solutions in the veterinary market in Europe. Earlier this year, that was expanded to cover 8 countries in Europe, and we continue to work and build a relationship with Fuji, so that's very encouraging. And also our OEM consumable business continued to develop very well, and we've seen growth this year. And also we have taken a step to establish local production in India, and I'll come back and describe a little bit about the rationale for that. And also, as we have talked about, that we are, with our current portfolio, we are expanding in Middle East and Africa. But also, most importantly, I'll talk about that in the end, is our development into modernizing our product portfolio, where we are building new technology, and we will plan to release and launch a new 5-part instruments at the end of next year. If you look at the market that we play in, so decentralized hematology, if you take the global hematology market, covering also the central laboratories, it has a market value around 85 billion Swedish crowns. About 10% of that is instruments used in smaller clinics, physician office labs, say vårdcentraler in Swedish, that use benchtop analyzers, so that the result can be given at the time of the visit of the patient. One way to divide this market is to look at what type of measurements are done on these instruments, and that refers to 3-part and 5-part, and that's basically how well you can measure the white cell population. There's no market data how much of those instruments are sold in the decentralized segment. But if you look at the overall market, about 20% are 3-part instruments, which is the core of our business today, and about 75% is 5-part instruments. And what we are doing right now in our strategic investments is to provide a strong offer in the 5-part segment. So you can see that will fuel the growth once we get this instrument out to the market. So we expect to see significant growth in 2025. A smaller part of our business is also in the veterinary segment. It has a market value of around 2.5–3 billion Swedish crowns. And that's a market that has been growing. It was a very high growth during the pandemic, but it continues to grow faster. And we really see that now when we come out with some expanded offering, that we can really boost our growth in that segment. So let's look at Boule's product portfolio. Boule is one of few providers that do cover both the instrument and all the consumables, doing development, production, sales. Our instruments is, we have 3-part instruments, which is our flagship models, where we have some unique features to aspire blood. One thing is the micropipette adapter, so you from a single drop of blood can draw blood and do a complete blood count. We also have this walk-away solution, which is very compact, which is very much appreciated in the smaller laboratories that provide, a solution for kind of high-volume testing. We also have entry-level 5-part instruments. So, we are playing there, but we don't really get access to the, the full market as we will once we have our new modern portfolio. And then we also have our veterinary solutions, where we also have a clinical chemistry instrument that is, combined with our hematology instruments. We place those instruments with the customers, and then they buy consumables. And the consumables is tied to our instrument with an RFID security. In that way, we can secure the quality of the testing, but also very important for us, of course, is that we tie and protect our recurring revenue from consumables to the installed base. And thanks to our capabilities, both in development and production, we have also attracted a number of other suppliers where we provide white label sales, our OEM business. So if you look at our business model, we are a product company, and most of our sales is done through distributors. So we use distributors globally that market, sell, install, and service the installed base. In order to be close to the market and really work with the distributors, we have regional sales offices that really understand the market dynamics, business culture, reimbursement systems, and they work very closely with our distributors when it comes to larger tenders. In that way, we can be present in 100 countries, and we have about 200 distributors. Of course, the 80-20 rules apply, so the larger portion of the business with a few larger distributors. Then, thanks to our business model, where we have this razor blade model, we also have a significant part of our revenue are coming from consumable sales, which is recurring revenue. Sorry. So if you combine the consumables for our instruments and for our OEM, we have about 60% recurring revenue. Sorry. What's also unique with Boule is the multi-brand strategy we have, that we use several product brands. Sorry, I really lost my voice here. So we have 2 brands for the human market, which enable us to have multiple distribution channels in the same market to better penetrate those markets. And then we use Exigo for our veterinary business. In the last few years, we have also built up a brand around training, which we call Boule Academy. And that's a way for us to market and really reach out to an audience through webinars, etc. And it really helps us keep in contact with the markets. So I think the business model is best explained with this graph. Here you can see the blue bars are the number of instruments per quarter. And you can see here that the instruments placed per quarter varies. The gray bar is the rolling 12-month revenue from instruments. And the red line is recurring revenue from consumables. You can see up until the pandemic in 2020, we kept a stable growth. As we installed units, we grow our recurring revenue. Then we have this unfortunate pandemic when the world closed down. And basically all the decentralized testing stopped during a period. And you can really see that dip in 2022. And then how we have kind of regained that test volumes after starting in 2021 going forward. So you can see that we continue to build an installed base, but we also see there's we don't see the same growth of the consumables, and that is because some of the testing that was done on the 3-part installed base is shifting towards 5 parts. And that's why it's so important for us to modernize our platform to come out with this next generation 5-part system, and then we can start to see the growth again. In the meantime, we continue to push. We have the best 3-part system, no doubt, in the market. We are adding distributors in Africa to fuel the growth. But we also seen in the last year that we have had, challenges in some of the markets where we had, that have payment restrictions in foreign currencies, etc. But overall, I mean, the trend is positive. The OEM consumables has really developed very well. You have doubled that business, more than doubled that during the last 2 years. And we started in 2021, put specific resources towards that segment. It's very good business because it's a long-term business where we're part of the development of products, and basically we supply those suppliers during the lifetime of those products, which is like 10, 15, 20 years, and the supply agreements is typically 10 years long. During the first 9 months of this year, we have seen a growth of 12%. And we are growing a pipeline of potential new OEM customers. So I thought I will take you to Florida and visit our facility and listen to one of my colleagues, and I know I can try to catch back my voice a little bit. See if this can work.
Boule has been manufacturing reagents and consumables for over 25 years. We've done business with some of the largest diagnostic companies in the industry, as well as work very well hand in hand with some smaller companies, even startups. If I was looking for an OEM partner, I would look for somebody like Boule for 3 very important reasons. 1, skill set. We've been at this for over 2.5 decades. Again, partnered with some of the largest diagnostic companies in the industry, and they keep coming back to us for more and more. Number 2, our dedication to our customers. The products that we develop with them, the end product that ends up being manufactured, we take great pride in providing the highest quality product. All of the products that we do within our OEM group meet FDA requirements, also meet all ISO standard requirements. So very well aware of the regulatory environment, and we can help provide support in that area as well. And number 3, you're not going to be one of 50 projects that we have. We're not a huge company, so we tend to take on a handful of projects and work with those very intimately and passionately, give your project the attention that it deserves, and that helps us get your product to market faster, get you the results you're looking for, and really provide that high-level quality that our reagents and our consumables are known for.
So we don't only have great products, we have a great team as well. It's great to see my colleagues there. So another thing that we have done this year is that we have extended our veterinary offering. We have a 4-part system, and we have a chemistry analysis that we bundled. But also in the veterinary market, there is a market requirement or desire, let's say, to have a 5-part instruments. So for that reason, we have done a co-development with a partner, and in the end of the second quarter, we launched this new H50V. It's now launched in Europe. We started selling it in the third quarter. We also have some nice orders in Q4. It comes with 13 predefined animal profiles. We analyze more than 30 parameters, and we can get the result within a minute. And also we have that built-in mixer, which means seems to build a very simple device, and that's why we had also on our other veterinary products, and it's a really bench saving space for the veterinary lab. So that's very well well received. One of the partners that are selling this is Fujifilm, that have a strategic intent to grow in IVD, and so this really has helped us open up new veterinary markets in Europe. And we also see that now when we come with this bundle with both the 4-part and the 5-part, we have also started to boost our sales of the 4-part. So looking good. And that this was the first time for many years that Boule launched a product. So I'm very happy about that. I don't know if you heard that, but I mean it's more and more we see that many countries, in particularly larger countries in Southeast Asia, is promoting local manufacturing. And that's something that we also listen to, and we also see that we get more and more competition from China and Southeast Asia. So one of the markets where we have gone ahead and started local manufacturing is India. And India is it's an interesting market because it's 18% of the world's population. It's predicted to become the world's third largest economy in 2028. It has a very well educated middle class, high GDP growth. And they also have a healthcare reform where they want to offer basic healthcare to all the population of India, which means that they really want to build a diagnostic kind of network all over India. And that infrastructure means that they're going to build 100,000 new labs. They also have a Make in India policy, meaning that if you want to be part of those tenders and win those tenders, you have to have local production. However, the prices and the test volumes on these instruments, that will be equipped with these 100,000 labs is much lower. So in order for us to be competitive and also be able to play there, and it's also part of our strategy, make sure that we keep our premium brand with our new modern product portfolio. So what we have done is that we have licensed our older technology, and they do redesign to get rid of last time buy components. We started already last year actually by setting up reagent license manufacturing. They built a complete factory in Lucknow. It's really a state-of-the-art facility. I was there in May, and it's quite amazing what they have accomplished until now. We were ready in the beginning of September, and now we've been waiting for the Indian authorities just to give a go-ahead. Also now in September, we extended that partnership to also include license manufacturing of this kind of simpler, older instrument. And in this way, we have a position to participate in the India market. And also what we've done, this is not investments by us, it's a royalty manufacturing. So that we will gain royalties from both consumables and instruments that our partner produce. So that's something that we will lose some top line, but we will increase our profitability in terms of gross margin. And that will start also kind of towards late 2024 and 2025. You will start to see the effect of these investments and decisions. Then, of course, our most important strategic project is the development of this next generation 5-part hematology system. We discovered some things we had to improve during the spring. All those improvements are implemented. We're now prepared for clinical validation. We have set up the production lines out in Spånga. We're working on the production readiness, and it's really happy to see kind of all the activity around this. We're targeting regulatory submission next summer, and we starting to launch the product during 2024, and we should see significant sales in 2025. Actually, last week we was at a big trade fair in Germany, Medica, and we actually had a small room where we do a sneak peek preview for our distributors, and that it was very good feedback on having this instrument. So very much look forward to the next year and the year after that. Okay, we also recently published our Q3 report. I think I'll go quite fast through that, but basically we saw growth in OEM consumables. We saw growth in most markets except Asia. We saw that launching new vet product give results. And also what was very nice to see that we had a strong operating cash flow of 28 million in the third quarter. And that's thanks to that we have put some kind of things aside that we had worked on with new regulatory framework and supply chain issues. And we really see that the efficiency savings programs are generating result. So very happy to see sales is stable, gross margin was stable, despite that we had an unfavorable product mix, which really means that our efficiency and saving programs we have going are continuing. Looking ahead, we're now navigating more and more complex market. The good thing is that supply chain and logistics has normalized. We are navigating an increasingly complex landscape with war, sanctions, payment issues, etc. But I think we have learned to live with that now, and things are happening. So if you look going forward, we expect the OEM business to continue to develop. In Asia, we have a plan, to how to also be competitive in the value segments, protecting our premium brand. Eastern Europe, further decline due to the war in Russia. LATAM is a 5-part market where we are positioning ourselves to gain growth once we come out with our new instrument. And also in Middle East and Africa, we are now pushing our current product portfolio. And the investments we've done is putting local staff there are starting to pay off. So in summary, we are navigating this complex world. We have an extended veterinary portfolio. New distributors, help us, drive sales and sometimes compensate from this more countries where we have lost a little bit due to the external conditions. We have an efficiency saving programs in place, and I really look forward to launch the next generation 5-part hematology system next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have time for, I guess, 1 or 2 questions. And I want to go back to the 5-part system product. How is that different from what's available today? I mean, where do you see you have an edge over your competitors?
So what in terms of the parameters we measure, it's similar to others.
Yeah.
But so is our 3-part instruments. What we have built our brand on, and it is really reliability, robustness, user friendliness, and we know that our distributors and our end customers are willing to pay for that. We have also implemented a number of new technologies. It's a completely new digital technology. So we digitize the signals very early to do digital signal processing. That's on the inside on technology.
Yeah.
But that will create a lot of possibilities going forward. But we have a nice design, this unique autoloader with walk-away solutions. We have that MPA where we can draw blood in a very efficient way. All those are features that plays very well with what we hear from the market.
Excellent. And one final question. You talked about the recently announced Q3 report here, where you returned to growth. We're now sort of halfway into Q4. What do you see out there, and how should we be sort of comfortable that you can continue to grow, or is it too early to say?
Yeah, I don't make any forward-looking statements, but in general, it's the world around us is quite unstable. Let's put it like that. So I mean, I don't have a crystal ball exactly, how things will develop. But what I've learned from previous crises is that things are stabilizing, and I think that's what will happen also in this. So the question is, will we come back to a more normal mode of operation already in 2024, or will it be a little bit later? That you can answer, maybe, for me.
I don't know. All right, excellent. Time is up. So thank you very much, Jesper, for the presentation, and best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.